I'd like to first off welcome everyone back to our segments. And of course, our MTNLive has been up and going today, and we are officially now broadcasting as many times a week as possible. We have a great schedule ahead of us. Of course, I want to show you the schedule and promote it as much as possible. We have the Knuckle-Away Win on Mondays. We're going to talk about the governance and talk about the overview and the whole structure within our government. We'll talk about that. So Anishinaabe, Agoidin, and the First Nations and Treaty 2 territorial government is moving forward within the 21.5 million acres in the territory, which, of course, everyone knows. The treaty was made in 1871 with the Anishinaabe and Cree people of the territory, and now the Anishinaabe in the new nation is moving the territorial process forward. So with that, of course, on Tuesdays is the legislative bundle. The legislative bundle, if you go to page 11 of the handbook, will give you some really good details on what we're doing in councils as well as Treasury. And it's amazing work. It's absolutely amazing work that really showcases our abilities to move forward as a government. And of course, we're going to be talking more about governance this segment. So we want to talk about the corporations and the trusts, and of course, the Treasury and Administration law that was passed back in February of 2021 is a very great Knuckle-Away Win that will be presented to the Grand Council on the 23rd, 24th of August. We are very excited about moving forward on our Wednesday executive, the executive bundle, of course. If you, again, you look at the handbook, the administration circles, intergovernmental and regional offices, you'll get a really great reference. And this handbook is such a great handbook. It's the Unity Handbook gives readers a chance to see what's happening and the whole structure of what the Ogamas have been working on for a number of years. And our Grand Council this summer, of course, will reference the resolutions that have been passed in the Governing Council that have been working hard when the Grand Council isn't in session. So Thursdays, of course, is our Earth Lodge. Earth Lodge has done wonderful work. They're working on the Lifelong Learning Center. They're working on the K-4 school. They're working on programs within capacity building and helping our nations move forward. One really good program that was put together with the Earth Lodge and ACC was our financial management, and we have a few of our key keepers that took the program and advancing, and they're all from the nation. So that's wonderful. Friday is peacemaking, and Friday's segment on peacemaking every week will showcase what the peacemaking and Knuckle-Away Win is, the 7 circles. Of course, the first 4 circles are within the local nations and entrenched in the local nations. All 7 are, but we look at the 5th one. The Muckwa Circle has been put together for, of course, peacekeeping. So we have peacekeepers that will be eventually hired through that process. And the next 2, the Loon and Crane, are replacing the criminal law and putting a tribunal in place. So it's very exciting work. We've been spending a lot of time on that, and you will now see MTNLive will be your portal to get the news out to you. MTNLive, a corporation by itself, we have a number of corporations, and all corporations are separate within our structure. Under, of course, the legislative bundle, we have corporations. So we have a really new corporation that was just started, and that is headed by Joanne Tanner, and she's working on the Business and Data Center. And that's a great concept of a business that will be supported by our government of FNT2T and Anishinaabe-Agooidan. So that's really exciting news for us. She has been working a lot of hours on getting it up and going, and she's from the territory, so great to be promoting a member from the territory. And she will be getting involved with all our 7 circles, our 7 councils, of course, and our 4 bundles, who are very important to us. So that's a legislative bundle, and I'm going to be talking more about that later on in the session. So, and that's our promotion of the 5-day schedule that's being kicked off as of today. So we're up and going now, and we were able to get a lot of the work done. And MTNLive, again, it's its own entity, its own corporation, registered through the Anishinaabe-Agooidan Corporation law, as well as we're temporarily using Canada's law on corporations. So we're dual corporating. So it's very exciting for us. I'd like to jump right into talking about the structure itself. really showcase the focus on where we're at when it comes to circles. So the care, protection, and natural world, children, families, and nation, housing, infrastructure circle, and of course our lifelong learning circles, and health and well-being, nation and economic development, and sports and recreation. So, and we have not only it's in our book, our circles in our book, we also have postcards, and we have a very important selection of cards that go out to anyone that wants information. And you just scan the bar down here, and you go into the videos, and you go into the more in-depth information that's on our website. And our website is second to none when it comes to government websites. We also have a video of each and really in-depth blogging. So our keepers blog every week and tell you about what's happening in our circles. And the circles have been a very keen factor to how we're operating as a government. We utilize the circles as a means of communicating, as well as a means of getting the process of what we're trying to do within our government to the nations and to the members and citizens. So intergovernmental is another area within the executive circle. You can find that in our booklet right at the back page here, intergovernmental. It's a great tool for the connection, us in Canada, us in Manitoba, us in Saskatchewan, us in the US, and us and many other nations and countries of the world. Intergovernmental is the connection to. So we have a very strong keeper, Karen Kijik, as well as Kim has now joined us, McPherson. She's additional help to us, and she's going to do a wonderful job. Karen's been in that position for a few years now and has really helped out the keen process of what we're doing as a government. So it's very exciting work. And regional offices, oh boy, the regional offices, and they're very exciting. They're just relaunched yesterday. Lana Reset has come on board as our regional offices keeper, and we have 3 regional office keepers within the offices, of course. Hatoe Gaming, Gambler, as well as Nemo Sibing and Panemotang are our 3 regional offices, and Diane Sinclair and Dakota Marsden and John Muswagon are our 3 keepers, and they will do extremely good job in the engagement, communications. Any engagements that we have with our 4 bundles, they are now responsible for as of yesterday. So very exciting work that's happening within our government. We've revamped our communication structure so we can get really good, solid communications out. Scotty Linkslag, of course, is our internal external, and he connects the 4 bundles together on his work that he does on a regular basis. So I'd like to talk about what are we doing with the executive bundle itself, and that is a daily activity bundle that's very strong and a lot of work. So yeah, it's exciting. The Earth Lodge has been up and going for a while now, for a few years, and they've done a lot of work in regards to where do we want to go with capacity? Where do we want to go with the ability to advance our self-identity and our culture and who we are through the Anishinaabe-Moin and Inuit way of speaking in our territory. So, of course, our wellness is there, and lifelong learning and the nation building. They've done a lot of good work in nation rebuild, reclamation, and really being solid in our lifelong learning. We have a new bundle keeper, Val McGinnis. She's now in that role, and Alan Sutherland heads up the Earth Lodge and has done a wonderful job doing that. So it's exciting work. We go into our last bundle, and I talked about it earlier, and that's a bundle that is going to be very instrumental in the way and shaping of our new process and our reclamation of moving forward as a nation and the government. The deer circle, the eagle circle, and I talked about that, the lynx circle and the turtle circle, all the circles, the Makwa circle, of course, and the loon and the crane circles. And you can read up on our website as well as in the booklet. So our booklet has been very well received. I feel that we're have gone a long ways on explaining where we're at and what we're doing, and this is awesome. And so that's a very strong and quick recap of exactly where we're at when it comes to governance. And like I said, it's connecting all areas. I do want to talk a bit about how our councils have moved forward, but I want to talk about the legal and political framework that helps our governance move forward. And of course, we talk about political relations, the financial relations that is very needed, the intergovernmental relations. I talked about how our intergovernmental process under the executive bundle is very strong. Our economic relations, right? Why was the treaty made in the first place? Immigration settlement. It was also made to protect the well-being of our Anishinaabe and Innu people in our territory. What happened? Well, ask Canada. As a general Canadian out there, they think that our Anishinaabe and Cree people gave up 21.5 million acres for $5 a year. Absolutely false. If you look at the history and all the historians that have come to us and worked with us and continue to work with us have given us the documentation to prove that that never happened. Cede surrender yield of the lands never happened in our territory. So the Anishinaabe, Dakota, Nakota, and Cree people, that's their lands, and Canada give it back. So of course our invoicing of $21.5 billion for the theft of the resources, and the $27.5 billion for the lands taken up for immigration and settlement and leased back to Canada, and of course the $6.2 billion for program services and infrastructure. I'd like to finish off today by first off thanking everyone for listening today, and we hope to get more audience out there by sharing our links, of course, by getting more involved and your government. This is your government. If you're from the Treaty 2 territory, we want you to be involved as possible. We need you to be active as well as we're active in your nation. Working with you. It's shared responsibility, as we call it. So it's a shared responsibility. You as a Anishinaabe and Innu member of the Treaty 2 and 4 and 1, 5, and Nakota and Dakota nations in our territory. We need to make sure everyone's involved at moving this process forward. This is about getting out of Canada's acts. This is about getting out of Canada's laws, and something that we never ever was in the first place. But Canada just assumed jurisdiction, of course, of the Indian Act of 1876, and just assuming that we don't have any laws. Well, guess what? There are laws in place, and Minister Mark Miller from Canada showed up on the 21st of June and recognized the jurisdiction of the Ogama and the Anishinaabe and Cree nation in the territory. So that was very special for both us and him. He came to our pipe ceremony and our ceremony, a celebration of the feasting, of course, of sharing the relations. With that, I'd like to thank you very much for your time today. I'd like to let you know that I'll be on every day on MTNLive. I am going to be hosting all these sessions up until we do get a full-time host. But this is exciting news for all of us, and it gives us a chance to connect with you and connect with everyone that's out there that wants to know about their government. All our keepers and helpers have been responsible for sharing what we're all about in our flip charts. We have the flip charts, we have the booklets, we have of course, the really good print media out there. We have a beautiful booklet on the Earth Lodge. Got to check it out. It's online, and we have a lot of information via postcards, and we have it all. We have the PPTs. We have probably a good 8 of them that we show on a regular basis, and videos that are coming out. So we're really moving forward as a sovereign government in the Treaty 2 territory. But with that, I want to say miigwech, nanaskamin, and again, Eko Sani from Wabasha Canoe Dagushin Disney.